you gotta talk into the
Oh,
mic.
yeah. Hey.
All right, Johnny, you gotta get over here, bud.
Get over here, bud.
Johnny, get over there.
All right, I'm going to
Thank
go over
you.
there, but it doesn't
Thank you.
work as well
We
because I
don't care
can't get
how
the
it works
both
as
of
well.
you.
We want it to work good here. We
All
want
right.
it to work good for her.
You got
We'll
it.
do Film noir. Now, Khalilah,
Yes.
tell me a little bit about Mohammed. Now, we did a story about the early days. We did a story about when he came back. We talked a little bit about how he called you today.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk just for a second about his feelings towards the other folks that he was in the ring with, his contemporaries, his peers. What does he feel today about Foreman and the other guy, Frazier?
Well, you know what? Muhammad Ali was his own promoter. He was his own self-promoter. I mean, who does that? I mean, the Sonny Liston thing. I mean, the guy went and took a bear trap and planted in front of his house and said that he was going to get this ugly bear, and he set the trap and everything.
No.
And
That's
they
great.
couldn't believe it. And the cops start coming around and said, this guy got a bear trap for this guy. What do you do? Who does that?
Now-
I mean, that brought a lot of attention to him in the fight with Sonny Liston. And when he fought Floyd Patterson, he had a bushel of carrots in front of it because he called him the rabbit. I mean, who does that? Half of the fight has already won just with him intimidating him every time.
Well, isn't that the way it is always? I mean, that's what Sun Tzu says. He says the fight's over before it gets started half the time.
Well, you know what? In boxing, they don't usually do that. And I asked Muhammad a long time ago why you do stuff like that. He said, well, a long time ago, I used to go to the wrestling match in which he Gorgeous George.
Sure.
And this guy, he had blonde hair, he had blue eyes, he would have a comb, he'd have two blondes on his shoulder, and he would say, I'm the prettiest wrestler ever, and just come, and they would hate him so much.
I never thought of this.
He packed the whole arena, so they wanted to see somebody actually hurt this pretty guy, and Ali said, if he can do it, I can do it.
That's where Gorgeous George. I
Gorgeous
never
George.
thought of that.
Yes, Gorgeous George.
Oh,
used
my
to-
God.
He used to love wrestling, and he used to love to see Gorgeous George.
The pretty boy, just like him.
Yeah, and he said people would fill the ring size up, and he would
This
see
is
all the audience.
great.
He said he would fill that ring more than any other wrestler because he said he was pretty.
Now, wait a minute. Now, I know we only got a couple minutes left. I want you to do the poem, even if I don't do my clothes. I want the
Yes.
poem.
You want the poem?
I want the poem.
Well, you know what? Back in those days, they would call the darker race spooks. So it was like the spook satellite kind of thing that the Russians do. So I just figured Ali would only name the round he would go down, and he would say, I'd get Archie Moore in 4, or I'll send you to heaven in 7. But that was the extent of his poetic justice. So I figured I'd write something for him. So he actually inspired me to write a poem, and I used to mimic the way he would say it. I would mimic. This is the legend of Cassius Clay, the most beautiful fighter in the world today. This fist fight is great. He's got speed and endurance. But if you're trying to sign to fight him, increase your insurance. This kid's got a left. This kid's got a right. Look at the kid carry the fight. Oh, the crowd's getting frantic. There's not enough room. There Ali lowers the boom. Who would have thought when he came to the fight, they'd see a spook sunlight. No one would dream when they put down their money, they'd see a total eclipse of the sun.
Oh, that's great. I want to thank Khalilah Ali. Johnny, thanks for bringing her in.
Yes.
You know, if you missed today's show, it's going to be up on our webpage, www.freedombusiness. How much time do I got left? 1 minute? Okay, I got to go do my speed round. Got to let me
problem.
thank everybody.
Speed round.
All right, I want to thank Kind
Come on,
Snacks,
Jimmy.
South Florida Business and Wealth Magazine, the CCIMs, UHealth, Warren Henry Automotive, the NFL Alumni, Social Media 305, the Aztec Group, the Bergstrom Center for Real Estate Studies, UHealth, and of course, thank you to our listeners. Go to our Facebook page, like our show, go to Facebook, tell us who you want to see, Twitter, Action Free, Freedom Business. If you missed today's show, it'll be up on our webpage, www.freedombusiness.com. This is Jim Freed for Freedom Business. Look for us next week on 8:80 a.m. Why? Because I think by now you know I love to do this. Remember, this is not a rehearsal. This is your life. The person who wants to do something finds a way. The other finds an excuse. Now go out there and make it happen. Thank you, Magnum Energy Solutions and Engineered Tax Services and Early Shares. I'm out. Thank you, everybody. High five, girlfriend. All right. You know,
That's a wrap.
go off the long range around. You don't mess around with
It's
Jim.
Jim. That's right. Leroy Brown, baby, from my hometown.
All right. Best show ever.
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 Super.
And I thought that was last week.
But no, it's gonna be like that every week.
That's my girl. That's my girl.
Every week.
Oh yeah. All
Keep it
right.
hot. Keep
All
it
right.
hot. Fireball. He's
Oh,
a
that's it.
fireball.
The fireball.
Fireball.
All right, let's go. We're gonna do some more. Let's do the after show.
Okay.
Overtime.
Overtime.